Tonight on News 5 Live, the House of Representatives meets for the first time at a new location. We'll tell you how the UDP fared off amid the new changes. Dr. Osman Martinez is sworn in as a member of Parliament. A 61-year-old man is chopped to death by his drinking buddy. Was it self-defense? And hundreds of primary school students celebrate the annual Children's Rally. These stories and more coming up on News 5 Live.
Truth of God with Pastor Gino Jennings of the First Church of Our Lord Jesus Christ every Sunday morning at 8 a.m. exclusively on Channel 5 Belize. The Truth of God with Pastor Gino Jennings every Sunday at 8 a.m. on Channel 5 Belize.
Good evening and welcome to News 5 Live for Friday, September 13th. I am Sabrina Daly. Police are investigating the death of 61-year-old Ubaldo Guzman after he was chopped to death on Thursday night. Guzman had been drinking at home in Santa Elena when an argument between him and his drinking companion turned violent. Reports are that Guzman attacked the other man with a machete before he seized it and chopped Guzman in self-defense, fatally injuring him. The perpetrator has since been taken into police custody while the matter is under investigation. News 5's Brittany Gordon has the story.
A man is dead after a night of drinking turned into a violent episode between friends in Santa Elena town. On September 12, around 10:30 p.m., the tiny wooden structure on Garcia Street that 61-year-old Ubaldo Guzman called his home became the place of his death, following an argument with a drinking companion. Guzman was chopped several times with a machete. Shamira Badillo, Guzman's niece, got the news of her uncle's death first thing in the morning.
I had a missed call from his son about 2 this morning, and he called me back about 6 o'clock in the morning, and he just told me he had a bad news for me, that they killed my uncle, his dad. And from there he said that the person is there also at the hospital, but that my uncle passed away. Now reaching at the hospital, he bleed out. So that's that he told me so far.
Badillo explained that she was very close to her uncle and visited often, but she does not know the attacker's relation to her uncle.
All along the while, I knew he lived by himself. I didn't know someone was living with him, but right by behind A&R, he lived there. I know him in the rental place then, So until this morning, I found out the guy was living along with him.
The incident occurred in the late hours of the night. Guzman's neighbors were startled by the commotion occurring in the typically quiet neighborhood.
I basically was in my room. The house was already locked up, and my boyfriend was sitting inside, and he's the one that heard the crying for help. We didn't really come out. He just looked through the window, and because we could see from the window, the door was open and we could see directly in the man's house. We just saw a man figure over someone else on the floor. Now, we didn't see who it was. I couldn't see the face clear, but that's what we saw.
Guzman's neighbor was reluctant to have her boyfriend interfere with the scene, as they were unsure of the circumstances. They opted instead to alert the police.
He was the one who said, "Call for help, we need to call for help. Man over there need help." He went to the neighbor's house and he urged her to call for help because somebody over there needs help. I told him, "Don't go over there, you don't want to get yourself hurt." So he stayed inside. We waited for the police to come. He watched everything from the window, and he was the one that was close to the man. I met him like twice, so I know it was an older guy, uses a cane, and has issues with his hand and his leg.
The perpetrator claims that he was acting out of self-defense, alleging that Guzman attacked him with the machete first. But Badillo maintains that violence is out of character for her uncle, who she says is gentle and sickly. About a year ago, he was back and forth at the hospital, unable to use the bathroom without assistance from his family. He intended to undergo surgery to correct the issues with his hand.
He still had issues with his hand. He was looking forward for that operation.
So he had issues with his hands. Was he able to hold things well? Did it give him pain? What kind of issues were it?
Yeah, he said it used to give him a lot of pain. He can't use that hand, so he only had the other hand where he could use, So he used to suffer a lot of pain with that hand.
Guzman was a father of 3 and came from a large family. Badillo felt the debt heavily as she had grown close to him during his time of illness.
With me, we were really, really close. Every time anything, he used to call me, sham this, sham that. Like a week ago, he called if we okay, and then he said he might go to Flores because he's up and down to Belize, we check for his hand, but he was okay. He was a great uncle.
The day after the incident, the quiet neighborhood has already returned to its usual serenity, but neighbors still recall the sounds of horror from the night before. And you said you could hear him yelling. What was he saying?
He started off with help, help, and after that it was just screams.
Brittany Gordon for News 5.
An investigation is underway into the circumstances that resulted in the mysterious death of a man who was in police custody in Belmopan. 26-year-old Daniel Cal was detained on September 6th after being found in possession of a stolen motorcycle. While in lockup, he began experiencing health complications. Reportedly, he was having seizures and had to be taken to the Western Regional Hospital for medical attention. He suffered another bout of fits and had to be transported to the hospital while still in police custody. Cal passed away on Thursday after being released from detention. His family is reeling from the sudden loss, and there are more questions than answers. Earlier today, Minister of Home Affairs Karim Musa provided an account that was shared with him from the Belize Police Department.
Yesterday, I was informed of the untimely passing of Mr. Daniel Cal, and I would like to use the opportunity to extend my heartfelt condolences to the family. As you know, it is a case that the individual in question was in police custody since Friday, I believe September 6th, when he was found in possession of a stolen motorcycle. He was to have been charged, I believe he was charged with handling stolen goods, but on Monday morning, after his detention on Friday, he had fallen ill within the cell. I believe it is around 3 in the morning. He was taken to the Western Regional Hospital where he was treated, and thereafter the medical practitioners released him back into the custody of police. However, because Tuesday was a holiday, they were unable to charge him then. On Wednesday, I believe he had another instance. From the information that I'm receiving, it was seizures that he was suffering from. And so he was again taken back to the hospital on Wednesday, and I believe he passed away on Thursday. Because it was a case of not in custody death, but shortly after being in custody, we have asked the NFSS to expedite the post-mortem. I have been assured that that will be done on Monday, because that is extremely important for the family to have some resolution as to the cause of death. Because of course the family has their speculation, they're skeptical about what might have happened, and so that is absolutely essential. I have also reached out to the Ministry of Health personnel to contact the doctors at the hospital that treated Mr. Cal when he was taken there on Monday, and then thereafter taken there again on Wednesday, for them to indicate whether Mr. Cal during his time there at the hospital had indicated anything to the doctors, because I believe that there's some sort of insinuation that police might have hit him. But from the accounts that the police have provided so far, it seems that the knock on his head was as a result of the seizure he suffered. And so that is the position at this time.
Tonight, the Belize Police Department has one of its own in custody, following a shooting incident shortly after midnight on Friday. 29-year-old Jania Arzu, a police officer attached to the prosecution branch, was at home on Trinity Street when her boyfriend Kendall Nunez arrived at the residence. At the time, PC Arzu was socializing with other family members. It is reported that the couple got into a domestic dispute, at which point Arzu took possession of PC Nunez's police-issued pistol. In a statement taken from Nunez, he told investigators that while exiting the yard, Arzu fired a single shot in his direction. That shot flew wide of its target. Arzu then allegedly threatened to shoot her boyfriend in the head. Amid the argument, officers from Precinct 2, who happened to be in the area, responded to the scene and were able to disarm Arzu. The domestic violence unit was called in and PC Arzu was taken into custody. Recovered from the scene was one 9mm expended shell that was fired from a 9mm Ruger. On Thursday afternoon, 53-year-old Anna Chanim and another unnamed woman were injured when a piece of concrete fell on them at the Novelos bus terminal here in Belize City. Chanim was rushed to the Carl Huster Memorial Hospital after the cement fragment injured her right collarbone. It's an accident that has left many questioning the soundness of the structure. The Transport Department has since issued a statement informing us that an investigation is underway. The ministry also says that it will be reaching out to the families and doctors for updates on their conditions. This afternoon, Prime Minister John Bersenio spoke briefly about the need to repair the building.
So you weigh on the incident at the bus terminal as a Minister of Finance. Do you believe that monies should maybe be allocated to replace that entire structure, the bus terminal? A portion of concrete fell on a woman and practically killed her.
Well, I've not gotten the report as to exactly what happened, and I'm not going to dispute it. But yes, that whole area has to be completely redone. Thank you very much.
Coming up, new member of Parliament sworn in.
Hello, friends. I'm Dr. Bob Roberts with another 60-second sermon from God's Word. The Bible says, "Then the master of the house said to his servant, Go out quickly into the streets and lanes of the city and bring in hither the poor and the maimed and the halt and the blind. Compel them to come in that my house may be filled." Phil O'Brien told the story of a documentary film that laid on the KGB shelves for years in Russia, and then finally, a few years ago, was shown. The title of the film was Repentance. It was a story of a Russian grandmother who came out on a street one day and approached a Russian soldier by asking him, "Where are the churches?" The Russian soldier replied, "There are no churches." She then said, "What good is a street that does not lead to a church?" Phil O'Brien turned her statement around and said, "What good is a church that does not lead to a street? It is a street that leads to the bruised and broken, the hurting and homeless, and to the helpless and the hopeless." This perhaps is a reason Jesus spent so much time in the streets. An example of the church needs to follow today. Today's 60-second sermon has been presented by Christian Foundations of Faith in cooperation with the Baptist churches in your area.
Shop smart for your Samsung devices in Belize and enjoy benefits you won't get anywhere else. When you shop locally for your Samsung, all your devices will be covered by a 1-year local warranty. You won't get that when shopping with the other guys. When in doubt, always look for the Cellular World seal to know you're getting the real deal. Shop with confidence and enjoy your Galaxy knowing that it can be repaired locally at our Samsung Service Center by certified Samsung technicians using original parts and machinery. Even better, enjoy the best LTE experience in Belize, knowing that your Samsung devices are compatible with major local carrier networks. Get the ultimate Samsung Galaxy experience only when you shop from authorized Samsung resellers nationwide.
$10 and get a chance to win a $10,000 homecation with Benny's. Quality and savings.
Well, sir, I really did go through some stress with my barber. This man here, they push my hairline way back to the 90s.
Sure.
People, they call me BB Buck Farid now.
So I got a problem, right? I just did this photo shoot, and I want the best photo shoot. But somebody don't want me to post it up. I just tired of this, man.
I don't want to tell her to catch me on my way. I stopped at the shop and tell the lady I want $5 tacos. You could imagine when you give me? No paper.
What the your problem?
Honestly, life good for me over here.
I just upgraded to the DigiOne Elite. I have unlimited postpaid plans, DigiTV, free home phone, and the fastest home internet.
I go and upgrade mines now.
Isani Cayetano, Marion Alley, Paul Lopez, Brittany Gordon. Your News 5 police teams do whatever it takes. Go wherever they need to go, so you can catch the story wherever you are, whenever you want, on whatever device. Channel 5 believes on television, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, because news is now everywhere, all the time, and so are we.
Are you looking for low-cost television advertising? Have we got a deal for you? Advertise on Channel 5's Daily Classifieds. Channel 5's Daily Classifieds is one of the most effective methods for introducing yourself and your business to the community. Use our Daily Classifieds to recruit employees, promote specials, promote your products or services, promote a business opportunity, increase traffic to your website, and advertise items you have for sale. Let us help you to save valuable time and money. Call us today at 280-0013 or visit us at our offices on Coney Drive to discuss how we can help your business grow affordably. Channel 5's Daily Classifieds. Advertise today.
When someone you love becomes a memory, the memory becomes a treasure. Channel 5 introduces the Daily Obituaries. The Daily Obituaries will broadcast all death and funeral announcements and memorials to honor your loved one's life and memories. The Daily Obituaries airs on Channel 5 prior to the evening newscast, with subsequent repeats at 10 p.m. and 12 noon the following day. It will also be placed online on our social media platforms, all for a standard package fee. Celebrate their lives and memories with Channel 5's Daily Obituaries. Honor in life and reverence in death.
Whether you're at home, on the road, at work, or at school, if you see news happening or suspect that something might be up, call or text the Channel 5 News Belize tip line at 672-5555. You don't have to give us your name, just give us the tip. That's 672-5555. Call or text us so we can check it out.
Isani Cayetano, Marion Alley, Paul Lopez, Brittany Gordon. Your News 5 police teams do whatever it takes. Go wherever they need to go, so you can catch the story wherever you are, whenever you want, on whatever device. Channel 5 believes on television, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, because news is now everywhere, all the time, and so are we.
For the first time since the construction of the National Assembly building, the parliamentary proceedings are being held at another location so that the building can be renovated. The George Price Center for Peace and Development will, for the next 12 months, be the venue where all House meetings will be held. The first order of business at the new location today was the swearing in of the House of Representatives' newest member, Dr. Osman Martinez, who replaces the late Mike Espat in Toledo East. Martinez took the oath of office, after which Prime Minister John Briceño welcomed him officially as an elected representative to the House.
I, Osman Martinez, do swear that I will bear true faith and allegiance to Belize, and will uphold the Constitution and the law, and that I will conscientiously, impartially, and to the best of my ability discharge my duties as a member of the House of Representatives, and do right to all manner of people without fear or favor, affection or ill will. So help me God.
Dr. Martinez, or the honorable member from Toledo East comes from very, very humble beginnings, living in a banana farm. And his parents were originally from another country. And here we have this gentleman who, as a child, did not have electricity. And they lived in very, very humble, they had very humble beginnings. But because of his determination and working in school, and because there were so good teachers that mentored him, he managed to get to the point where he earned a doctorate. And that today the people of Toledo East decided to elect him to represent him. So I want to congratulate Osmond, my brother. Congratulations to you. Your mom must be very proud, so is your dad, who's not here, but your entire family and friends. So on behalf of all of us here on this side, and I'm sure on the other side, congratulations and welcome.
Taiwan has been Belize's diplomatic ally since October 11, 1989. And Belize has benefited from Taiwan's friendship under both UDP and PUP administrations. Today, Prime Minister John Bersenio presented a motion to celebrate our two countries' 35th anniversary of those ties. A motion that got overwhelming support from the government representatives and from the Collet and Albert area representatives Patrick Faber and Tracy Tager-Panton. Representatives referred to Taiwan's significant support for women empowerment projects to improve the lives of Belizean women. With Taiwan's Ambassador Lily Li Wen-shu in attendance as a guest at the House meeting today, the leader of the opposition, Moses Shine-Barrow, did not support the motion. We shared tidbits on Tager-Panton and Faber's support of the motion, followed by PM Bersenio expressing his disappointment that the leader of the opposition did not endorse the motion. During that portion of the presentation, Barrow blurted out that Taiwan had supported the PM's sister's non-government organization with funding in the past.
On behalf of the opposition, we express our full support. There's one opposition. It's an opposition to the government, His Majesty's loyal opposition. On behalf of the opposition, we express our full support for this motion to commemorate and celebrate 35 years of diplomatic ties between Belize and the Republic of China, Taiwan. This long-standing partnership has been built on mutual respect, shared values, and a commitment to democracy, freedom, and human rights.
I stand in this honorable house, Madam Speaker. Can we have respect for the motion, Member for Picks-up? Thank you. To affirm and support this motion that seeks to solidify the relationship, the friendship, the partnership between Belize and Taiwan. We thank the government and people of the Republic of China, Taiwan for their solidarity, for their support for Belize's sovereignty as it relates to the territorial claim of Guatemala on portions of our country. We thank them for supporting our shared values.
We have two of the members getting up and to support this motion, but it troubles me, Madam Speaker, that the leader of the opposition, the official leader of the opposition, for now, I don't know for how long, refuses to get up and to say that they support this motion. I find this incredible. After all that Taiwan has done for this country, this gentleman over there is going to sit down quietly and refuses to get up and say that they support the good people and government of Taiwan. It is troubling to this country, Madam Speaker, because it seems that he wants to sell out. It seems that that is what he just wants. What? Why you want to sell way out now to the other side? Why you don't want to get up and talk? You come on. It's a shame, man. Yeah. See, there you go. See.
You want me to talk about the millions of dollars that
no member. No member. No member.
Out of respect for some of my colleagues.
Member. There's no point of order. Member.
Go ahead.
Tell them
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Leader of the opposition. Leader of the opposition.
I didn't notice. I noticed. What if you weren't?
I have the evidence.
What? Bring the evidence. Bring the evidence. Bring the evidence. Madam Speaker, the point is that we have two honourable members of the opposition that had the decency and the honour to get up and to support this motion.
During a break for House Committee matters, the media got an opportunity to speak with Barrow and asked him to explain his refusal to support the 35th anniversary of Belize-Taiwan relations. He said, as he had blurted out in the House, that Taiwan has basically meddled in Belize's politics and has assisted PUP family members with funding for projects that are outside of diplomatic relations.
Those of you who have paid attention in the House I'm sure you've picked up on things that I have said to the Prime Minister, maybe off the mic, as relates to Taiwan. I have to tell you that one of the reasons I did not get up is because as a party, United Democratic Party, we have not discussed the matter in totality. But there are definitely many members of the executive that have a serious issue with the interference that Taiwan has been doing in the political affairs of Belize, which is very anti-democratic. I know for a fact that the Taiwanese gave $3 million thereabouts to the sister of the Prime Minister in an NGO, and the FIU was investigating that, and senior executives in the FIU were terminated because of that investigation. And that type of money is being given to that NGO and then dispersed to members of the government is an interference, a direct interference in our democracy, whereas the opposition has NGOs and we don't get any such assistance from the Taiwanese. There are also other matters, for instance, with the $3 million grant that was given to Oscar Mira, or given for housing in Belmopan. A $3 million grant that was given literally 60 days before the municipal elections. And other electioneering that we took offense to, and we have registered that offense with the Taiwanese, and there has been no resolution put forth. But out of respect for my colleagues, because there are colleagues in the party that do appreciate the contributions that Taiwan has made historically, but I am of the view that this type of interference in our democracy, when the government has all the resources at its disposal and the opposition is always at a disadvantage, to compound equality, to compound the viability of the opposition finding its way to be able to be competitive, to me is very anti-democratic, and I take issue with it.
With all the internal wranglings in the UDP over the past few months, the opposition has whittled to the point where the seating arrangements in the House of Representatives has also been changed. Today, the media noted with interest that the leader of the opposition, Moses Shine Barrow, has instructed that the Collett and Albert area representatives, Patrick Faber and Tracy Tager-Panton, sit furthest away from him. Interestingly, the representative from Queen Square, Denise Sister B. Barrow, who has missed all but one sitting, has been moved to sit closer to the leader. Today, however, Faber got up to say he doesn't care where along the line they put him to sit, but he will never resign from the UDP.
I feel compelled to stand this evening to make it unequivocally clear that my colleague from Albert and I have not resigned from the United Democratic Party, nor do we accept, Madam Speaker, the leader of the opposition and the leader of our party's position that we have resigned from the United Democratic Party. I say, Madam Speaker, that we are not aggrieved enough, even though I will tell you that
just for clarity of the record, what is the matter of public importance? We normally ask that.
The matter of public importance, Madam Speaker, is that the leader of the opposition, even though it was not his official presentation, just now when he stood on the adjournment, I would have left it alone had he not been allowed to say things. And I don't accuse you, Madam Speaker. You probably did not even know that what matter he would have spoken. In fact, he just snuck it in there. He was actually speaking on the hospital land deal. But the Belizean people must know, and if that is going to reflect on the record, then we must put on the record that we absolutely have not resigned and that we reject the leader of the opposition and the leader of the UDP's position that we have constructively resigned. Just let me illustrate to you, Madam Speaker, because we do have...
Member for Mesopotamia, please.
On a point of order, Madam Speaker, you asked what is the issue of national importance. I still have not heard that response.
It is a matter of national importance. It is a matter of national importance, Madam Speaker.
I didn't
when
hear.
the leader of a political party attempts to have duly elected representatives of his own party be removed. If that is not an emergency for the nation, then I don't know what is.
Before the day was done, Prime Minister John Bersenio chided the United Democratic Party on how their internal rifts have resulted in a weak opposition. He encouraged the members on the other side to deal with their differences and to, in his words, get their act together. The PM said that while it makes for a good laugh otherwise, democratically, it speaks badly of the UDP.
It's important that you guys get your act together. It's funny, yes, we could laugh, but it's a part of the democracy in this country. We need a strong democracy. And so it saddens me. It saddens me to see what's going on. When the leader of the opposition is going to put a ghost ahead of you two, a person that has not been in this house for the past 3 years, have not attended a house meeting in 3 years. And this man, because he wants to spite you, he puts them sitting down ahead of you. Something is wrong. You guys need to get your act together. And yes, it's funny, and yes, we'd be happy for us to continue to fight because it makes it easier for us to win the election. But patriotism is love for country, not only winning an election to win. It's important for you to get your act together.
After the break, does government's land acquisition fall under FARA? But first, here's the weather update with data from the Belize Met Service.
Have you designed a project that protects and preserves our vital mangroves? Now's your chance to be recognized as a mangrove conservation champion. Join the Mangrove Friendly Development Challenge, a national competition celebrating innovative designs that enhance and preserve mangroves on private property. Developers, landowners, and other interested groups are welcome to register before October 15th, 2024. For more information, visit mangrovefriendlychallenge.org.
My name is Leomar Langsert and I'm a teacher and I bank with Belize Bank Independence Branch. What I enjoy is the safety features that the app offers. I have a sense of not having to worry or be concerned about somebody finding my password and username to sign in the application because of the use of the one-time password. And another feature that I love, that I use the most, is how the app synchronizes with my fingerprint on my device. I enjoy the rapid and easy, seamless process to apply for loans through the Belize Bank, and I don't have to be having too much back and forth to visit or take time to visit the bank. They also start to offer the online applications through the app for loan applications, which I believe is very neat. I would definitely recommend Belize Bank to other teachers because one of all the features and advantages that the app offer. With these online that Belize Bank offered is basically everything that you can do in the palm of your hand. So I would definitely recommend the bank to other teachers.
This is what you've been waiting for. In this corner, we have the masters of limitless power and unbeatable connection. Pioneers of 4G LTE in Belize. It's the undefeated champion, Smart. And in the other corner, struggling to keep up, it's the other guy. Fight! Getting blow after blow from a plan with the other guys? It's time to tap out and join the winning postpaid plan provider. Smart's postpaid plans are a total knockout to the competition, and they have once again powered up their postpaid plans. Sign up for one of Smart's boosted postpaid power plans today and experience the victory of superior service. Smart, bringing people together.
Get ready for Panyag 2024 on Saturday, September 14th at the Belize City House of Culture. The biggest Panyag event of the year kicks off at 7 p.m. with a solo performance by Alex Evans, followed by the juniors, Grace Primary, St. Catherine's Academy Unplugged, Pandisi, Scouts Association of Belize, Pantempters Juniors, Panerifics Juniors, and SJC Rebels. Following the juniors are the dynamic senior bands, Panerifics, Miss and Catch, Pantempters, UB Steel, Pandemonium, and Omelawa Osien. You won't want to miss this year's special feature of duet performances. Tickets are adults $15 and children $5, available at the Bliss Center. Panyag 2024, brought to you by the National Celebrations Commission, the National Institute of Culture and History, the Institute of Creative Arts, Creme Radio, and Love FM.
Are you looking for low-cost television advertising? Have we got a deal for you? Advertise on Channel 5's Daily Classifieds. Channel 5's Daily Classifieds is one of the most effective methods for introducing yourself and your business to the community. Use our Daily Classifieds to recruit employees, promote specials, promote your products or services, promote a business opportunity, increase traffic to your website, and advertise items you have for sale. Let us help you to save valuable time and money. Call us today at 280-0013 or visit us at our offices on Coney Drive to discuss how we can help your business grow affordably. Channel 5's Daily Classifieds. Advertise today.
When someone you love becomes a memory, the memory becomes a treasure. Channel 5 introduces the Daily Obituaries. The Daily Obituaries will broadcast all death and funeral announcements and memorials to honor your loved one's life and memories. The Daily Obituaries airs on Channel 5 prior to the evening newscast, with subsequent repeats at 10 p.m. and 12 noon the following day. It will also be placed online on our social media platforms, all for a standard package fee. Celebrate their lives and memories with Channel 5's Daily Obituaries. Honor in life and reverence in death.
Isani Cayetano, Marian Ali, Paul Lopez, Brittany Gordon. Your News 5 police teams do whatever it takes. Go wherever they need to go, so you can catch the story wherever you are, whenever you want, on whatever device. Channel 5 believes on television, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, because news is now everywhere, all the time, and so are we.
Infrastructure work to upgrade the Thomas Vincent Ramos Highway, formerly the Southern Highway, is underway and will proceed over the next several months. Today in the House, the Minister of Infrastructure Development, Julius Espat, explained that the project was scheduled to begin in July and will continue until next March. The scope of the works extend from the Mile 6 junction with the Hummingbird Highway to the Hopkins Junction. Espat said that after accepting bids, Tycrobe & Sons Limited got the contract.
The contract amount is for $9,595,167.75. The distance is 16.2 kilometers long. It starts from the junction at Dangriga, and it will be completed at the junction in Hopkins. It is the initial stages of the rehabilitation of what we know as the Southern Highway, but the official name is Thomas Vincent Ramos Highway. So this is the first section that we are doing because the roads have experienced damage because now the road is being used by heavier trucks, meaning the trucks that are coming in from the Orange Walk district from BSI, and the trucks that are coming in from the Cayo districts from Santander, and other trucks that are using now the port in the south. So this is the first phase of the project. We are doing, as I said, from Dangriga to Hopkins, and we will be making additional proposals to the government of Belize to continue from Hopkins to Placencia, then from Placencia to Independence, and then from Independence all the way to Punta Gorda. We are doing it by phases, so we're trying to be as responsible as we possibly can. Start date is July 2024. Completion date is March 2025.
Speaking with Prime Minister John Bersenio following today's House meeting, the issue of the controversial land purchase, which saw the government of Belize acquiring 15 acres of land from an Asian businessman for $6.9 million, was brought up once again. The PM was asked whether the Attorney General's ministry provided legal advice on the matter and whether it falls within the scope of the Finance and Audit Reform Act. Here's his response.
Did the government get any advice from the Attorney General about land purchased by the government if it falls under the FOIA to require open tender in the case of the 6.9 million?
Yes, the Attorney General said it does not. It's not under FOIA.
So then if the NTUCB takes you to court, which it plans to, you expect to win?
Again, it's their right. They can do as they wish. And of course, we expect to win. We've gone through the entire process and we've been very careful to ensure that what we've done is under the law.
And as former Minister of Natural Resources, how does land that doesn't have any infrastructure on it raise in price or value from the baseline, which was 100,000 to 150 of land sold in that vicinity?
So
400, this in relation to the private land purchased for 6.9, the valuations, it was said 100,000 was the baseline. I've heard 150,000 as well, but government ended up paying close to 475,000 per acre.
I think that's a question you need to ask the DPM. You're trying to find a roundabout to ask me the same question. I really can't add no more to it.
Prime Minister Briceño also reiterated his administration's position on the compulsory acquisition of the acreage of disputed land on State Bank Island. He explained to reporters why government finds it necessary to complete the cruise tourism project that was started by the Feinstein Group.
As what I have explained, and I will say it one more time, the borough administration passed two pieces of legislation over the State Bank. They have a definitive agreement. And the first thing that said that this is in the national interest of this country, and we need to finish that, we need to do this project. We got into government. Now, fast forward to today, $270 million have been spent. There's a dispute between the investors, and which is something that we don't need to get into. And now that project is washing away. A few acres have already been washed away because nobody's working. They're not putting the seawall and stuff that is needed. The millions of dollars that have been there in infrastructure is just withering away. When you look at the numbers with on tourism, on cruise tourism, they're going down. They're not going up because now the ships are bigger. And they want to be able to be properly anchored to get their passengers off. They're on solid ground, like in this case for State Bank.
When we return, Belizean patriots recognized for unwavering service to country.
Heat waves are affecting countries like never before.
Children are at risk because the humidity is very high, and the days in Belize are getting pretty hot. It's much hotter than before.
Children can become very sick when there are high temperatures and when we are experiencing extreme heat.
I feel my skin burning sometimes, my shoe, it feels very hot when I walk around.
So we encourage teachers, students and parents to encourage children to carry water in their water bottles.
I think they should always have water in the classes to refill their water just in case they cannot come out to buy the water or their water finished in class.
You should do your research on heat stress, and that way you'll be able to easily identify symptoms if they are present in you or your children or any family members. And then if they are present, you act immediately and take yourself or whoever to healthcare facilities.
I'm connected. Yo.
I'm connected.
We're connected. Create the perfect broadband bundle that fits your style with Smart Connect. With the Junior Bundle, get 50% off your national calls and up to 6 gigabytes of data at no extra cost. Get postpaid added on for an additional cost of only $25 with the Prime Bundle. Stay connected with unlimited smart-to-smart calls plus 6,300 megabytes of data and free international minutes. For the family, get the Binge Watchers bundle with Netflix add-on for only $28.13 more. This bundle gives you 4 profiles with unlimited streaming on multiple devices. Visit a showroom near you to sign up and personalize your own bundle combination with Smart Connect. Smart, bringing people together.
Hi, I'm Halima Hoy, and I'm here to talk to you about something that is very close to my heart, the importance of education. Education has been a journey for me, filled with challenges and triumphs. It has shaped who I am today. A stable internet connection has been essential in helping me accomplish my task and succeed in my education journey. That's why I'm so grateful to NextGen for their commitment to investing in educational efforts, building the next generation of learners. This summer, NextGen is donating 1,000 school bags and providing one-year internet scholarships to selected students in various communities. Because every child deserves the tools they need to succeed. Thank you, NextGen, for making a difference in the lives of our future leaders.
Isani Cayetano, Marian Ali, Paul Lopez, Brittany Gordon. Your News 5 police teams do whatever it takes, go wherever they need to go, so you can catch the story wherever you are, whenever you want, on whatever device. Channel 5 believes on television, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, because news is now everywhere, all the time, and so are we.
Get ready for Panyag 2024 on Saturday, September 14th at the Belize City House of Culture. The biggest Panyag event of the year kicks off at 7 p.m. with a solo performance by Alex Evans, followed by the juniors, Grace Primary, St. Catherine's Academy Unplugged, Pandisi, Scouts Association of Belize, Pantempters Juniors, Panerifics Juniors, and SJC Rebels. Following the juniors are the dynamic senior bands, Panerifics, Miss and Catch, Pantempters, UB Steel, Pandemonium, and Omelowa Ocean. You won't want to miss this year's special feature of duet performances. Tickets are adults $15 and children $5, available at the Bliss Center. Panyag 2024, brought to you by the National Celebrations Commission, the National Institute of Culture and History, the Institute of Creative Arts, Creme Radio, and Love FM.
The leader of the opposition, Moses Barrow, is once again taking shots at Albert Area Representative Tracy Tager-Panton and Collet Area Representative Patrick Fauber to have them removed from the UDP. Earlier this week, Barrow's request to have them removed from the House of Representatives was denied by the Speaker. After that request was made, Tager-Panton stated that she suspected Barrow would also request for her and Fauber's removal from the various House committees. So said, so done. Barrow has indicated that he intends to have them both removed by the Selection Committee. We caught up with Tager-Panton for her reaction after today's House meeting.
Well, this only became apparent today. We were not aware that he had written a letter to the Selection Committee on this matter. It is the prerogative of the Leader of the Opposition to appoint members to House committees. For the record, I'd like to say I served on 13 House committees. I sat on 12 committees. I chaired one, which is a Joint Public Accounts Committee. I also serve as the party whip, but that's his prerogative. The challenge I have with that, though, is that when you attempt to silence the voices of elected representatives as part of the legislative process, what in effect you do is silence the voices of the people who sent us to the National Assembly to represent them. So it's unfortunate, but it is indeed his prerogative.
So I would imagine you haven't had a chance to speak on the matter with Mr. Faber to get his position as well.
No, it only became evident when Mr. Faber went to the committee meeting today, the Foreign Affairs Committee, that letter had been sent. We didn't even have the courtesy of hearing from the leader of the opposition that was his agenda, but it is his prerogative, and so be it. I hope the people of Belize are paying notice that he has now, in effect, silenced their voices in the very important process of forming policy and determining legislation for the country.
Now, you've also indicated yourself and Mr. Faber that there will be an October 20th convention held by yourself as the Alliance.
No, it's not held by us as the Alliance. It is a UDP national convention that was petitioned by 232 delegates of the National Convention, which is the highest decision-making body of the United Democratic Party.
The tribute to Belizean patriots was held on Thursday night at the foot of the new Hullover Bridge. 28 Belizeans received a national award for their service to country. The ceremony featured a musical ensemble entitled the Builders of Belize Cambio Ensemble, arranged by Carlos Perote. Former Governor General Sir Colville Young made a special appearance as one of the members of the ensemble. News 5's Paul Lopez tells us more.
The foot of the new Hullover Bridge was transformed into a venue fit for recognition of Belizean patriots under the starry night sky. On Thursday night, 28 Belizeans were recognized for their contributions to Belize in various sectors throughout the course of their lives. These patriots were VIPs at this year's Tribute to Belizean Patriots Awards ceremony.
28 persons have labored diligently on behalf of the improvement of and to the benefit of our country, Belize, and its people. And whereas they have contributed their time, energy, and intelligence, often at great sacrifice to themselves, to making Belize a better place for all our people, now therefore, by the power vested in Her Excellency the Mfroila Salam, Governor General, and acting on the advice of the Prime Minister, Honorable John Briceño, and on behalf of a grateful nation, Her Excellency proclaimed that national awards be vested upon these 28 honorable persons.
Among those bestowed with a prestigious Patriot Award were names like Carlos Perote, Herman Chico Ramos, Leroy the Grandmaster Young, Francis Renault, and former Governor General Sir Colville Young, who was awarded the Order of Belize. Dame Mfroila Salam, the Governor General of Belize, noted that they, like all the other awardees, displayed selflessness to country.
September is reserved for the acknowledgement and homage of our independence, culture, and importantly, our Belizean patriots who so tirelessly served their nation. The Tribute to Belizean Patriots ceremony presents the National September Celebrations Committee and the public with an opportunity to commend those among us who embody the Belizean way. Through their efforts, our modern-day patriots light a path that we all strive to venture on, a path of selflessness which prioritizes country, countrymen, and women. I thank these individuals for their dedication to the land of the free and invite all my fellow Belizeans to join us in celebrating their well-earned success.
The highlight of the night came at the end of the awards ceremony. The 1974 Golden Girls of Belize, that 1974 softball national team that won the nation's first international gold, was recognized. The Patriotic Award comes 5 decades after the championship, at a time when numerous members of the team have passed away. But for those who were present and the family members of those who have gone on, their achievement is worth celebrating today as it was 50 years ago.
The younger guys might not remember this, but the original Golden Girls of Belize were the remarkable 1974 national softball team who made history by winning the country's first ever gold medal in any sports on the international stage. I can still remember back then, we never had TV, we never had the internet. All we had was Radio Belize. I was in high school, and all of a sudden we're hearing about these Golden Girls that they're winning all of these games in softball. And that it was such a big deal for us when we heard that little Belize have won a gold medal in softball, and that our girls from Belize were these winners. And it made us so proud, because at that time we were still at the time of the nationalist movement moving towards independence. And it helped us to start to build this sense of Belize is a country, and that Belize, we have something to be proud of. And these Golden Girls in 1974 put Belize in the map.
Reporting for News 5, I am Paul Lopez.
Primary school children across the country were celebrating Belize outside of their classrooms today. From Corozal to Toledo, students gathered at various locations for the annual Children's Rally. In Belize City, the Civic Center was almost at capacity with students from 25 primary schools. This tradition dates back decades and it remains alive. The students sung patriotic songs, danced to Belizean music, and won loads of prizes while waving the Belizean flag throughout the entire morning. News 5's Paul Lopez stopped in. He filed the following report.
Across the country, primary schools gathered for their annual Patriotic Children's Rally. In Belize City, 25 schools were represented inside the Civic Center. The energy was high and the children were energized as they socialized with peers. Students from Stella Maris School stole the show with their bold performances.
Well, I think it's important because it's a opportunity for us to bring the students together and for us to see that it's not just your school, but all the school will come together, and it's a form of teaching them civic pride, love for country, and respect, and like the mayor just said in his speech earlier, to talk about the importance of not bullying and just respect, so it's a good environment. First of all, it's a warmer time of the year, so just being out of the classroom and enjoying this AC at the Civic, it's lovely.
As the hosts did their roll call, each school represented raised their voices with shouts that signal their presence and participation. Belize City Mayor Bernard Wagner was the keynote speaker at today's event. Following his address, he quizzed the students and gave away $500 in prizes for the correct answers. The shocked look on this child's face when he learned that he won one of the $100 prizes for answering a question correctly.
What is the greatest message? Yeah! This man we won 100!
Realizing what was at stake, every question that followed led to a stampede towards the main stage. Each child was eager to answer and win the prize.
Very important. This is our shape, our youths, our shape our children, being able to have all of them in a one space and having leaders of the community being able to share values to them. As many times, that's why some of our children go along the wrong road, but we as leaders in our country and in our city have to be the example. The 5 virtues that I believe very important for all children: having basic respect for each other, staying in school, being an advocate against bullying, right? Demonstrating civic pride, demonstrating love for your country by your actions, by practicing good civic pride. And so those were 5 simple virtues that I believe if our children live by those virtues each and every day, and we continue to have it become a habit, we begin to change the culture, we begin to change the direction where we are.
And also, I think that the flag is just important for them to know that we show respect for our country. And I think it's just in terms of loving our country, the way that we take care of just not only our school compound, but even outside, the way that you carry yourself, wearing your uniform, raising the flag, and just show love for our country, learning patriotic songs. You know, there are some songs that from I was an infant, I know these songs, and I teach at standard 6 class now, and they don't even know some of the songs that I would have known from in the infant's class.
Reporting for News 5, I am Paul Lopez.
Today, 25 Galen University students were awarded scholarships in celebration of academic excellence and community support. The university's scholarship program has been an ongoing commitment for the past 20 years, with over $20 million invested since its inception. News 5's Brittany Gordon attended the ceremony for more details on the Galen Scholars.
Every parent wants to see their child achieve greatness by pursuing a higher education. While every parent aspires for this, it is difficult to achieve because education is an expensive investment. Dr. Eve Aird, Provost of Galen University, provided some details on the university's commitment to providing these scholarships.
Galen University, throughout its 20-year history, has always had a very vibrant scholarship program. In fact, over the 20 years of our, we are now in our 21st year actually, over the previous 20 years of our existence, we have actually invested about $20 million in scholarships that have been awarded to Belizean students who have come here. We think that this is an impressive record. We're a small private university, and that we've been able to do this. It's not so much an investment in scholarships, but an investment, a $20 million investment in the human capital development of Belize. A lot of our students who have gotten these scholarships are well placed across Belize, and some of them actually work in international bodies such as the IDB and other regional bodies in various professional capacities. This we are very proud of.
Students can apply for either an academic or merit scholarship, which evaluates academic performance and financial need, respectively.
This morning, we are actually awarding 25 new scholarships to incoming students, and this is in addition to students who are currently enrolled who are maybe halfway through their programs, 3/4 way through the programs, students who will graduate in December and maybe next year, next July. So in total, we have about 50 students who are on some form of scholarship at Galen University. The scholarships will be awarded to them this morning. They get a scholarship contract that I have signed and that they will sign, and they will get a certificate that they can take home with them to say that they are a scholar at Galen University.
So the scholarship covers their tuition?
It covers their tuition. We have some students who are on 100% scholarships and some students who are on 50% or 75% scholarships. And then they have to pay the other half, the remaining portion of their tuition.
Second-year student Nora Lee Burns is a criminal justice major at Galen. She says that it is her first time applying for the scholarship, and receiving it is a big blessing to her and her family.
To be honest, I feel really grateful for the scholarship because it's an opportunity that not a lot of people have, and I'm so blessed to receive this scholarship. And I'll make sure I make my parents proud and everyone, because this is an honor that I'm receiving this scholarship.
Have you always wanted to get into this field of study? What led you to want to pursue it?
Well, criminal justice, from I was little, it was a major that I really wanted to grasp, info and all of that on, especially with crime in Belize and stuff. Well, I actually want to be a lawyer, so I feel like this would have been the perfect field for me.
Burns is completing her courses entirely online, but she still immerses herself in her school life by participating in the events club and being a peer mentor. She's enthusiastic about her field of study and is looking forward to continuing her degree with a renewed vigor now that tuition is not a concern. She told us what she hopes to gain from her time at Galen.
Everything that criminal justice has to offer, the courses, all the different subjects. I'm also a peer mentor here, so whatever here has to offer to me.
How long is your degree going to be?
The degree, to be honest, it's 4 years, but I'm already at my second year, soon finish.
Erda explains that these scholarships are more than an investment. They are a commitment, one that the school plans to keep with all the recipients for the entirety of their time at the school.
This is for the duration of their program, and our students are closely monitored and they're closely supported. We have an academic success center that might work with the student to ensure that they keep a required GPA of 3.0, and if they don't meet that GPA initially, it doesn't mean that we take away the scholarship. We work with the students to ensure that they can achieve their academic success, which is ultimately what we want them to do. And we provide them with all the support that they need, which includes academic counseling, academic support. If they need other kinds of counseling, we provide that for them as well.
Brittany Gordon for News 5.
Up next in tonight's episode of On the Bright Side, Stanley Lizama's House of Patriotism.
We understand that life can be demanding and fast-paced, so we've made it easier for you to contact us. Wherever you may be, and at your own convenience, you can now access our services through our social media platforms. RFNG Life is pleased to introduce our new LifeBot service. Request a quotation, make premium payments, speak to a customer service representative, and more from right where you are in the palm of your hands. Visit our website or Facebook page or WhatsApp us at 671-5143 to try out our new LifeBot service today. RFNG Life Insurance, the Life Company.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is what you've been waiting for. In this corner, we have the masters of limitless power and unbeatable connections. Pioneers of 4G LTE in Belize. It's the undefeated champion, Smart. And in the other corner, struggling to keep up, it's the other guy. Fight! Tired of getting blow after blow from a plan with the other guys? It's time to tap out and join the winning postpaid plan provider. Smart's postpaid plans are a total knockout to the competition, and they have once again powered up their postpaid plans. Sign up for one of Smart's boosted postpaid power plans today and experience the victory of superior service. Smart, bringing people together.
Inspection first. Once the inspection passes, we do the connection treatment.
Our teams at BEL continue to serve you.
Isani Cayetano, Marian Ali, Paul Lopez, Brittany Gordon. Your News 5 Belize teams do whatever it takes, go wherever they need to go, so you can catch the story wherever you are, whenever you want, on whatever device. Channel 5 Belize on television, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Because news is now everywhere, all the time. And so are we.
Patriotism is the deep love, devotion, and sense of pride one holds for their country. It's a commitment to the nation's values, culture, history, and future. Acts of patriotism can be as simple as preserving and protecting the environment through cleanliness, a quiet yet impactful expression of civic pride. However, this pride often takes on a more visible form in Belize during the month of September, when citizens go the extra mile to decorate their surroundings, showcasing their national spirit. Last week, we shared the story of a woman who proudly adorned her bike for the Fire Engine in 10th Parade. This week, we turn our focus to a man known to many for his unwavering sense of nationalism. Though he humbly claims that his efforts aren't for the spotlight, we believe his dedication deserves recognition. Here's his story. He's a self-styled marshal, leading festive parades during the September celebrations. On Carnival Day, and for the 10th parade, everyone looks forward to seeing the fateful presence of Stanley Lizama.
It's something that you have to love, and you have to love your country.
His presence on Carnival Day heralds the arrival of revelers from participating mass bands. But his involvement goes as far back as the early 90s, as the former Carnival King for 6 consecutive years. What was Carnival like at that time, Mr. Lizama?
Carnival was very great. It's you meet new friends, it's a family. Not like first people fussing about and put a lot of things on Facebook. You could go to any camp. If you run out of a glue gun or something or some kind of wire, you could go to the next camp and they welcome you, just like you live with your neighbor.
While he no longer competes for the coveted titles, Lizama shares that his role in the annual Carnival Road March holds deep personal significance for him.
When I lead that carnival, sometimes a lot of people don't realize I drop my tears. I'm so happy to see my Belizeans on the road, cheering for me, looking forward to see me out there.
And on September 10th, Stanley Lizama is front and center, displaying historical themes of Belize with his regalia. But when the parades draw to a close, Lizama goes the extra mile to express his love for the country through the elaborate decorations he displays at his home for the festivities. If you're unfamiliar with the significance of September 10th, a glimpse of Lizama's decorated entrance might offer a hint of its story.
I tried to share the Battle of St. George's Key because the 4 guys that come down the river from Flowers Bank, they never used to get no outboard machine. The paddle make them come down the river. So that's why the paddle is out there.
His creativity truly comes to life at this time of year, as he skillfully repurposes materials to create the display he envisions.
Well, I tell you something, I like pick up, where you throw away, I like pick up. My wife always will about me about that. Where will bring anything? But that is a piece of the old cast iron from the sewage pipe. That's a old sewage pipe.
Wow.
So when anyone of the guys wants to come, that's an old sewage pipe.
But it looks like a cannon too.
Yep, it's shaped like a cannon. That's why I said it like that, as a cannon.
Talk to me about what neighbors would say when they see the display that you have on a yearly basis.
Well, my neighbors mostly say, man, you bring out something new. Our cook will take the picture right now. Everybody can take picture. I don't charge them, but they go to take picture. Young and old, everybody come free and do what they're supposed to. I got a guy from LA. Anytime he come, he bring a family. Have to go take a picture for the house, Mr. Lizama.
Lizama's friendly neighbor, Richard Gabriel, shared that these displays are a yearly tradition. He views them as a heartfelt effort, an act of love from Lizama for his community. Despite the limited recognition, Gabriel takes pride in seeing this tradition continue year after year.
I noticed that for all these years, nobody really come and like say, well, you know, this guy doing this every year, annually. We do this for Halloween, we do this for 10th of September, we do this for 19th of November, we do this for Easter, we do this for cross country, and we always have everything here for that time.
Regardless of recognition, Lizama remains committed to his patriotic efforts. He encourages all Belizeans to fully embrace the festivities and show love and support for one another.
Be strong, show your love with each other, be together as much, and make this independence and this celebration good.
Looking on the bright side, I'm Sabrina Daly. And that's the news. Tonight's broadcast is available at channel5belize.com, on our Facebook and on YouTube. I'm Sabrina Daly. Thanks for joining us, and from all of us here at News 5, have a happy and safe weekend. Good night.